Hello my loves, welcome back. Today we have a short practice all about rotation and the pelvis, because the pelvis is everything in our rotation and twists. Grab yourself a couple of blocks and we will begin. And we'll begin in a seated position. So find a comfortable seated position. Feel the sit bones rooted into the floor. Let the arms rest wherever feels comfortable. Close the eyes and just take a few deep cleansing breaths in and out through the nose. Bring yourself here into this space. Next, exhale then. Let the knees draw up. Sweep the legs around and come up and over onto the hands and the knees. Now as you find the hands and the knees, spread the fingers wide. Give yourself a nice wide base of support, especially between the index finger and the thumb. And take a little cat and cow here. Inhale, the navel will ascend, the head will look forward. Exhale. Pull the navel to the spine, look back towards the feet. And as you exhale, your next breath, round up. As you inhale, release into neutral. From here then, think about the tailbone and just wag your tailbone from right to left like you're a very excited puppy dog here. Letting it move from side to side. You come to the left side next time, that'll be your last one. And then fall into center. Pull the navel to the spine, sit the hips back, and just take child's pose for 2 breaths. Let the hands reach forward, come back up to the hands and the knees. Make sure that the knees are separated right to left. Bring the left hand into the middle of your mat, kind of directly underneath the nose here. Let the right arm reach up and out to the side and as much as you can up towards the ceiling. And then bring it back down. Just let it kind of connect to the floor. Reach the right arm up. Notice that it feels a little bit stuck and then release it back down. One more time. And release it back down. Oh, it just feels horrible, doesn't it? Yeah. Because we have to keep the pelvis kind of sticky and stuck here because the knees are sticky and stuck. So from here, I want you to bring the left knee forward and the right knee back. There's still space between the legs here, but they're kind of separated front to back as well. And it's not a whole lot, it doesn't have to be a big distance. And then take the right arm up, and bring it down. Let the right arm come up, and bring it down. Let the right arm come up and hold. So this movement of the pelvis is important. Bring it down. Bring the left hand back out to the left side. Bring the knees back into parallel. Let the right hand come into the middle. Knees are parallel. Let the left arm rise out to the side. Feels horrible. Bring the left hand down. Do it again. Feel that there's just restriction. There's an inhibition here of the movement. It's just not very free. For that third one, the left knee will come back, the right knee will come forward. And do it again. Feel that movement. So this is the movement, the freedom of the pelvis that we have in Warrior 2 and Triangle, Half Moon. Lots of yoga poses. Hold it. And release it down. Come back into parallel and stay there. And sit back into child's pose. Come back up to the hands and the knees. Take blocks underneath the hands. Give yourself a little bit of lift away from the floor. I love using blocks like this. Again, you've got space between the knees, but I want you to move the knees back into the position that we were literally just in. The right knee comes forward and the left knee comes back. So we've done the rotation to the left side, but that's not what I'm after now. I'm interested in twisting. So, can the left block come into the middle of the mat? The right block will stay where it is. And then rotate your torso towards the right side. Now the right arm can reach up, but the right arm is not the important part of this pose. It's the rotation. How much can the heart rotate towards that right side? And that originates by moving the pelvis. So the left side of the pelvis drops down and forward to allow the rest of the trunk to rotate to the right. If the right arm wants to reach up, it can, but it's not important. Take one more breath. Unwind it. Bring the right hand back to a block. Settle the knees back into center. Let the right hand come into the middle. The left knee will come forward, the right knee will come back. Again, the left hand is optional here, but rotate the torso to the left side. Left hand to the hip, reaching up, whatever it wants to do. The important bit is the rotation and allowing the right hip to move. Unwind. Bring the hands back to blocks. Bring the knees back in. Parallel. Take the blocks out. Sit back. Child's pose. Come back up to the hands and the knees. And this time, grab your blocks and take them on their high values. As you take them on their high values, it's like being on stilts here. I want you to take the right leg back behind you. Draw the knee in and place the foot in between the blocks here, but more towards the right block than the left block, so that the legs are still kind of a little bit separated here. I want you to think about the left hand staying on the block and the right hand coming to the hip here. Now this is all in the pelvis. The pelvis is everything. Can the left side of the pelvis and the left shoulder rotate forward towards the right foot and release? Can they rotate forward and release? And as they rotate forward this time, can they stay there? Can you continue the rotation through the trunk now, and then maybe the right arm rises? One more breath. Release. Hand to the block. Lift the right foot, send it back. Let the left leg reach back. Draw the left foot through. Again, left foot more towards the left. Right hand will stay on the block. Left hand might come to the hip. And think about the right side of the pelvis traveling forward. Think about the right shoulder traveling forward towards the left foot. And the next time that you travel forward, let it come forward and hold. Continue the rotation of the torso, let the heart center open to the left side, and then let the left arm perhaps lift up. Maybe the hand is at the hip, whatever feels comfortable for your shoulder. Unwind. Lift the left foot, send the knee back, take the blocks out to the side, sit back into child's pose. Come back up to the hands and the knees. Sweep the legs around. As you sweep the legs around, bring yourself into a cross-legged position. It doesn't matter which leg is in front. We're going to do both sides. So find that cross-legged position. Maybe a block comes in front, perhaps. And keeping the sit bones anchored to the floor, hinge forward, pull the navel to the spine, and maybe the forearms rest on the blocks. Maybe the hands come to the floor and the forehead rests on the block. Push away from the floor, rise up. Lift the knees up, uncross and recross with the other leg in front. It'll feel a little bit weird maybe here. Maybe that block comes back in front. From the hips, hinge forward. Maybe the forearms come to the block. Maybe the forearms come to the floor and the head comes to the block. Push away from the floor. Rise back up. Come into your comfortable, supported position. A deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more big deep inhale. Loud exhale. Resting here. Body, mind, heart, and breath. Balanced as one. Namaste. Okay, my loves, I hope you found that helpful. If you're interested in a longer format class, just like this one, with a focus on revolved triangle, then sign up for my Patreon. I just did an hour-long class all about the pelvis in revolved triangle. Until next time, my friends, don't forget, if you love this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And remember, my loves, that karma is only a bitch if you are, so be nice, be kind, and be the change that you want to see in the world.